Welcome, adventurers. Tonight we'll journey into the world of danger, mystery, and magic. First, meet J.D. Tallproof as Diamond. Then there's Anvina V as Althea. Ask Sio 2 Puma brings LUCIS. Clarky steps in as Theodore, and finally, Ryder as Zedu. But no tale unfolds without the storyteller, our guide through peril and wonder. Give it up for BINKZ here, your dungeon master. Let the adventure begin!
Zudu, he's fine. Don't worry about it. We just bumped into him as he got thrown off a...
Don't worry, Zudu. He always lands wherever he needs to be.
Yeah, he always lands wherever he needs to be, dude. Don't feel bad. It's fine.
Yeah.
We already got
Althea
the
just
ball.
goes like,
that's
I already
good to know.
feel bad enough for him. I just look away.
Oh man.
So you are now in the town of Hazelwood, and you feel like it might be a good time to kind of just explore a little bit.
Explore.
Right. So you guys are now in the town of Hazelwood. You're taking the time now to just have a look around, and you feel like that you just need a little bit of a rest, after being, with Brimlipley and all that, and transporting these. You found your new friend Zedu, and you just want a bit of time together and everything else. And of course you've got to wait for the return of Theodore. So Zedu Karth, he was going round Hazelwood, and he was doing a bit of mischief, and after smashing Brimlipley into the stratosphere, some people noticed, which were the authorities, and so Zedu's currently running from the authorities. He will join us later in another episode, but we have the return of Theodore. Theodore has been on a wander, but Theodore, where have you been, man?
The long story short, he basically just got a bit bored, went to see if he could find some peasants to rob, maybe try and find a tavern to drink in. But after a short time, he decided he should probably go and check up on these people that he's decided that he needs to look after because, quite frankly, they're below him, he thinks. So he's just sort of taken a wander back from the tavern a couple of miles back down the road.
Lovely, that's great. So, we are, as I said, in the town of Hazelwood. Hazelwood is not a well-built town, but it's on the rise. It's kind of like a newish, still got some thatched cottages, stuff like that, some, stone buildings. And there are about 5 or 6 merchants there, all selling different things. So where would you guys like to go?
I'd first off like to say, hey Theodore, where were you? We went on a whole thing. We fell through a tunnel. We found the thing. We did some stuff. Where you been?
Well, quite frankly, I got a bit bored. You were fumbling around in some basement somewhere, and I just decided I had better uses for my time. So, unfortunately, didn't find anyone I could borrow some money from, let's say. So I just found a tavern, pickpocketed a few of the locals, and quite a good haul, actually, and had a few drinks, but I decided you guys might need my help, so I thought I'd come back and see how you were getting on without me.
Oh man, easy life for you.
Yeah, you didn't have to deal with Brimlipley.
Yes, well, he was half the reason I left.
Yeah, he kind of found us because he forgot to tell us where we were going.
Absolutely stupid, these people.
That I can sort of agree on, but I mean, he got his comeuppance, so I hope Zudu's okay.
Yes, I did see something flying through the air, making horrendous screaming noises. What was that?
Yeah, that was, that may have been Brimlipley.
The one and only.
I want to know?
So we picked up a new friend along the way. New friend is sound dude. He does not like pranks. But He's a dragonborn.
He's
I don't know
last
much of his
Avatar.
backstory. Or Althea and Lucius seem to think that he is the last Avatar, whatever that is. I think they're quite.
Yeah, he's the explanation for Diamond's blue eye right now.
Oh yeah, it's kind of blue. I mean, I decided that it would be funny to jump scare him in the middle of a basement where he was lost and kind of confused and didn't know where he was going. I thought it would lighten the mood, but clearly his right hook thought otherwise and punched me in the face. Which I
He
thought
also
was
doesn't
good.
like
Well-
Starry Wisp.
no.
He doesn't. He does not like Starry Wisp. No.
Althea threw a spell at him because it was dark.
Well, it was for safety.
Exactly. We could have been attacked.
I mean, you kind of noticed afterward that he was alright.
I mean,
And I had
he's
already
alive.
started sneaking to confirm whether it was dangerous or not.
We're all bad people.
No,
No,
maybe you
I
guys are.
disagree. Hey,
Man.
Hey,
sorry for being the wrong gender.
you shot Starry
Yeah,
Wisp
you
too.
should apologize.
Anywho, welcome back, Theodore. I want to go look around the shops. There is a voice in my head that should be telling me what's available in this fine town of Hazelwood. That one?
Hazelwood. The voice in your head is telling you to go and fucking walk to one.
Oh, we gotta walk to one?
Yes.
Okay, which directions are they?
So, let's say there's 6 of them. Imagine there's like a corner. There's 3 down one side, there's 3 down the other.
Okay, I'll go up the left corner, I guess. You
Okay.
guys do what you want. You know me in window shopping.
I'm joining you on the left corner right there.
Alright, cool.
Let's go, Diamond.
I'll go to whatever road you guys aren't.
I'd like
Okay,
to follow
appreciate it, Althea.
Diamond. I'd like to follow Diamond and try and give him a lesson in how to sneak, because I think Theodore's gathered from that little story that he doesn't know how to sneak.
I think you'll find that I snuck successfully. It was the success that got me punched in the face.
I was about to say your eye would say otherwise, my fine sir.
Well, I was intending to jump and yell out surprise, so I don't think sneakiness is a factor in the success of my plan. But I did manage to stealth right up close to him without noticing, so you know.
He just wasn't that sneaky about the execution of that. But the sneak was there.
Everyone's bullying me again.
So so who's going down the left side?
All of us except for Althea.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, he's going to the right because he's always right.
Right, so down on the left side, you start walking down the left side, and the first kind of shop that you come to is a clothing shop. Where you can just buy some fancy outfits, something like that. You want to walk on, or do you want to pop in?
I am going to pop in and just I'm not intending to buy anything. I want to ask the staff if they can see what these magic gloves do.
I forgot you had those.
Yep.
So you walk in. Are you all joining, or are you
Oh,
staying
We're
outside?
joining in, of course.
Yeah.
We're joining in.
Okay, so you all walk in, and you see the shopkeep. He's a shorter fellow, but he looks like someone you wouldn't mess with.
Shorter fellow, I like this guy.
Well, yeah, naturally. and you kind of you walk up to the counter, and he greets you. He goes, "Oh, hello. What brings you fine gentlemen to this town?"
Hello, sir. I don't know what the other two behind me are after. Maybe they can window shop some clothes, but I have a set of gloves here that I purchased in a town not too far from here. They didn't exactly specify the enchantment on these gloves. I'm wondering, do you sell enchanted items? Are you aware of such enchantments? And, could you maybe see what these gloves do?
So let me have a look at them, and so he takes the gloves off of you, and he inspects them, and he's kind of like and ahhing, and he doesn't think that he's not really into the magical clothing scene. He just sells normal fucking clothes. So he's kind of like, well, no, I can't really decipher what's he can't really decipher what's with these gloves, but he does point you into the direction of a scroll merchant next door, and he says they could probably kind of get the sense of it.
All right, thank you so much for your time. Anyway, here's a gold piece. Just because obviously I'm eating into your day too much. Your knowledge is valuable nonetheless, even though you don't know the magic gloves. But you have fine tasting clothes, and I will go next door. Thank you so much.
Thank you ever so much for the tip. And you walk out, leaving Theodore and LUCIS behind.
All right, our time. I would like to window shop. I would like to see what's there.
So you as you're browsing this clothing establishment, you see some, it's more like it's not high end, but it's not low end. It's like if you walked into a well-known clothing store. So it's you run of the mill clothes. They don't add any armor class or anything like that. It's just more I look fancy.
I would like to run a perception check.
Okay.
Perceiving?
Yeah. What are you perceiving? Tell me.
All the clothes that there are for any findings, if anything. If something got there that isn't supposed to be there, that has some magic in it.
There isn't. There is literally nothing there that is out of the ordinary. It is just a clothing shop.
Okay, I've lost interest. I'm leaving.
Okay. So you
Theodore, you coming?
Well, I was about to say that's just made my next move a little bit harder. Which way is the shopkeep facing?
towards the door.
The door I've just walked in.
Yes.
Bugger.
So if you think about it, you've got it's basically a square shop. The door is your door's at the front and the desk is at the back. And then you've got rows of clothes on hangers and stuff.
Yeah, there's nothing I can really. No, I'll follow the guys out.
Okay, so you all exit the clothing store, and you see.
I've looked back at Theodore stopping for a moment at the door, going bugger, and I went, that's it. I just think to myself, "Hi."
Fair enough. So, which way do you go now? Left or right out of the shop?
I'm going to go to the scroll merchant. I'm really curious about these gloves.
Okay. So you go back round the corner and you find the scroll shop that's next to the clothing store. And you walk in and there is a finely dressed, like not fine, but like weirdly dressed
kind of edgy.
Yeah. Almost like you've gone into a Hot Topic kind of thing. So you walk in and they're like, "Hi, how are you?" And yeah,
I don't know why you're confused. I'm here, but I have some magic gloves that need taking a look at. The previous owner did not tell me what the magic gloves did, and I am very curious as to find out.
Oh yeah, totally. So he takes the gloves off you again. Well, not again. It's the first time. And he uses. Where's my dice gone? There it is. And he kind of looks at the gloves and goes, I've seen these before. They kind of are giving off a sense of, sharpshootery kind of thing. So they will. Let me just look at your sheet. Come on, internet.
Gloves are currently not showing in my inventory, by the way.
Yeah, no, that's sound. I'll get you to put them in soon. So that'll give you that'll give you a plus another point of dexterity. For your overall dexterity.
Is there any item you could specifically point out?
As in what, in the
inventory section, so I can add equipment. I'm gonna pick what we got: armor, potion, ring, rod.
So I don't know.
What would you say is the rarity?
I would say kind of they're not common, but they're not ultra rare. So I'd say in the middle.
So they're uncommon. So the green.
Yeah, uncommon. Yeah.
More magical gloves. They're probably some run-of-the-mill gloves, don't you think, Theodore? I don't think there's anything special about them. I wonder why it's even bothering.
I mean, they're good at sharpshooting, so...
You're not here! Me and Theodore are outside. You're in the scroll shop.
I've walked down to the third shop along. I'm just about to walk in the door. He's a man out for himself.
Let's smash cut to Althea.
Yeah.
What's Althea doing?
She went to the right, she walks, And then, voice in my head, help me out.
So along this, I'm assuming you've walked the whole kind of row of shops.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first shop is. Sorry, I'm just furiously scribbling things.
Okay. I'm
There we
walking
go.
around.
So you've walked down the whole kind of street. So you've seen scrolls for sale. In the next shop, you've seen an armory. You know, there's kind of like armor there and stuff like that. And then you see a weapon shop. So
I see a shop.
the armory, in my mind, went armor. I know an armory is for weapons, but fuck you. So yeah, you've got an armor shop and a weapon shop. And that's your 3 down that side.
Okay. Althea cannot hear you yet. She's going to the weapon shop with that fantastical staff that she found.
Is that a mop?
That she's so in love with. I'm gonna wear my headphones in just a second. Althea can't hear you because she is so in love with this bewitching staff, which is actually a Swiffer.
It's a fucking mop, fuck's sake.
It's a beautiful staff.
Conduit is a mop.
It's a beautiful staff that she found in the previous house.
I am changing it. It is now a magical mop.
No, it's a beautiful staff.
Dungeon
that
Master,
she's
I
in
think that's a
love
bit
with.
unfair.
Anyway, this is a beautiful staff. As Althea is waiting for the voice in her head doing and finishing his thing, she walks to the weapon shop.
Althea, back to you. You went into the weapon shop.
Okay.
So you almost had to kind of like be buzzed in through like an airlock because you know you don't want these shopkeepers in the weapon department. They don't want any people coming in. So you kind of like they kind of look.
Wait, a shop doesn't want anyone to come in. They will
No,
go.
I mean like the wrong people.
When he says anyone, he means just anyone.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. So you know they kind of look at you and go, she looks all right, and lets you in.
Yay! I go in
So
with my beautiful staff, which is definitely magical and not a mop.
fucking men. So you see a lot of weapons behind the person, behind the shopkeep, and there is nothing to like pick up and have a look at. You've literally just got to look. It's like when you're at a fast food restaurant and you go, I want that one. So you can ask the shopkeep what you want, and have a look at it. Obviously under the strict supervision of the shopkeep.
Althea looks around and she goes like, I don't know, female staff around. As in like...
You've just fucking thrown me off there. No, there isn't.
Fucking man. She walks up to the shopkeeper. It goes all like showing off the beautiful not mop staff. And he goes like, I need an appraisal for this one.
So,
Please tell me that this item gets named the not mop staff.
Don't you fucking dare! Don't you fucking dare, BINKZ! Don't you fucking dare!
So the
You better give it a cool name! You better give it a cool name!
So the voice inside your head is telling you to stop talking.
Althea looks very threatening to the shopkeeper. Just willing.
So the shopkeeper takes the mop off of you, and
Careful with that thing.
And he goes, ooh, I've not seen one of these before. It reminds me of a certain cleaning thing. Yes, I think they called them Imopulence. Yes.
Yes, like, is it because I'm a woman?
It takes it off you and basically says it's not uncommon. It's not common, but it's not really uncommon. So it's kind of like a uncommon / rare staff, and it's kind of like it's more of the run of the mill staffs. So you can
pissed off by this annoying shopkeeper.
So he kind of says, "Oh well, I could probably cough up 50 gold for it."
50 gold for this magnificent, beautiful thing.
Mop. So what you've kind of learned that it's the kind of run of the mill stuff.
Althea might need a reminder what this staff did again. Was it fines?
Yes. So it you can control plants and vines and stuff with it. So if you want to do a action
snare, isn't it?
Yeah, like a snare and snaring people.
At this point, happy that I've now got the gloves of minor sharpshooting. I'm going to take a quick wander over to our weapons merchant as well, finding Althea aggressively holding a staff, staring daggers at the poor shopkeep who's just offered gold for it. And I'm like, yeah, this sounds about right. And I'm going to interrupt slightly. And I turn over to Althea and I go, you look like you need to make a decision. Do you want a few minutes?
This shopkeep is telling that it is a mop and it's only 50 gold, but look at how shiny it is.
I mean, I see the resemblance, but it does weigh more than a mop does.
Althea just looks angrily at both of them and just walks away.
I think
Just
to
walks
myself,
away.
it's a long stick made of wood. It could be anything on either end of it.
No, it was a very beautiful one. Look, as described in episode 1. Refer back
Okay.
to it.
You appear to be slightly emotionally attached to the staff. I'm gonna give you a minute.
Are you calling me emotional because I'm a woman?
No, I'm calling you emotional because that's what you're being. Shopkeep!
The shopkeep is like tired of everyone's shit and just kicks everyone out.
Man!
It's starting to get late, and you've probably got about an hour before the shops close for the night.
Althea, I wanted to find a longbow. My gloves do both things.
Well, they ain't my fault that you went to the wrong side of the road first.
As you were getting kind of kicked out by this small human,
Small human.
his ears prick up at the word longbow, and kind of stops. Still kicks Althea out because she's creating a scene, but kind of goes, "Oh! You want a longbow?"
Yeah, I have my short bow at the minute, but I feel like I need a bit more range. I think a longbow would be perfect. Have you got anything? Maybe anything special or run-of-the-mill longbows? I'm happy with
yes.
either stuff.
This longbow came in just this morning, and the longbow. I can't detect anything on it. So I think it's just your normal run of the mill. But look how nice it is. Look how nice it bends and shoots arrows and proceeds to shoot an arrow into the ceiling.
Yep, that looks like you shot an arrow into the ceiling.
Well,
Do you mind if I hold it for a second?
You can see multiple holes in the ceiling where where other arrows and short bows and longbows have been tested in the ceiling. The ceiling looks like it's going to fall down at any minute. So you want to make this really quick.
My gosh, that's okay. That ceiling, I hope the construction of that ceiling is as good as the construction that your weapons supplier gives. I will take that longbow from you, sir. Seeing as we managed to escort your nuisance out, maybe we can come to some sort of arrangement, and I will throw in my short bow for you, barely used.
Okay. So he kind of looks at you and goes, yes. Well, you have escorted the rebel out, and can you roll me a persuasion check, please?
Oh, heck yes. That is a 19.
So the shopkeeper is so thankful that you've escorted the rebel out that he takes the longbow, short bow off of you, and says that is a fair trade. So you lose the short bow and you gain the longbow. Can you please?
I will take that.
Update your debris, please. So whilst Diamond is doing that, let's smash cut to Theodore, Lucis, and Althea, who's all waiting outside the weaponry. Althea, you're kind of pissed off that you've just been kicked out of this weaponry, and you're venting to the fucking men.
Am I?
What on earth did you do? How did you get thrown out of an armory?
These people are just freaking sexist.
I say we burn it to the ground. Everything.
Well,
You have
will
that staff,
walk around with a
right?
mop.
You have that staff, right? Let's burn this village. Right here, right now.
Can I run out of the weapon?
It wasn't
shop
just a
slightly on
joke. It
fire,
was just a
please?
joke. It was just a joke. It was just a joke. It
Let
was
the
just a joke.
purge begin.
Guys, it was just a joke. It was just a joke. I didn't
Wait.
do anything.
To say that noise
That did not happen. That did not happen. That did not happen. That did not happen.
did
I was
it
just
without a
testing
rule.
my soundboard. I was just testing my soundboard. I did it without a roll. It doesn't count. Doesn't count.
The stuff is more powerful than the dice. The stuff just ignored the dice rolls. Burn, baby.
Excuse me a moment.
The voice in my head is getting real silent.
The voice in your head is thinking of something.
No. It was just a joke. I will put it
voice
down.
in my head. Wait.
Like,
Wait.
it's one. It didn't happen. It didn't happen. There's no flame. It didn't happen.
Can you,
I am a chaotic
Roll
good
me.
person. I don't do that.
Althea? Can you roll me
No.
a dexterity check, please?
Wait, dexterity?
This is the ultimate actions have consequences kind of situation, isn't it?
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh no, the consequences.
Oh, how the turntables.
I've just seen that roll.
So, you got so pissed off with the human that you just went, you know what, fuck it, and sacred flamed the fucking shop. With Diamond and the shopkeep inside. Can you please, JD, roll me a acrobatics check, please?
Oh no. That's a 9.
Dude. So, as you sacred flame this bitch, the shop goes up in flames. The human dwarf is panicking. He's having a break all men down. And he succumbs to the flames, succumbs to the smoke, gets engulfed in flames. Diamond, with your longbow, you attempt to run at the window to break through it and jump through it to realise it is bulletproof.
Oh, good.
Dunk! Straight into the glass.
Ow.
You
Also, is it getting smoky in here?
You have two options. You can either try and shoot the lock off, or you can succumb to the smoke.
Thanks for joining us on this week's episode of Dungeons and Donuts. Big shout out to our adventurers, JD Tollproof, twitch.tv/JD Tollproof, Advina V, twitch.tv/Advina V, Ask Sio2 Puma, twitch.tv AskSio2 Puma, Clarky, tiktok.com/@DriverClarky, Ryder, twitch.tv/RYDAAAAH, and of course, our fearless dungeon master, BINKZ here, twitch.tv/BINKZ here. Our intro and outro music is Wizard Circus by Kevin MacLeod. And the voiceover magic is brought to life by Michael Corley, fiverr.com/Mr. Corley. This episode is edited by Ryder. Don't forget to tune in next week for more battles, chaos, and devilishly sweet treats on Dungeons and Donuts.